What's up? Merry Christmas and welcome to DFS Today. Short show, but I wanted to give you guys something to watch, something to do in case you're thinking about playing DFS today. So what's a better way to do that? By looking at this face. So, you don't have to look at this face very long. It's going to be a quick, 20, 30-minute show, probably a little bit closer to the 20-minute side into this, and let's get right into it. It's going to be position by position. I'm going to kind of list everything one by one, set GPPs and cash games. So let's start this off. First off, some things to watch here. Guys sit. These are guys I like a little bit more. If Reddick sits, I like Bayless and Sark. If Embiid sits, Sark, Holmes, Amir Johnson. Quinn is not going to play. That bumps up Cantor and Porzingis. If Morris is out, if Paul is out, it's going to bump up Capella. Makes me like Nene a little bit. If it's Kuzma, Randall, and Larry Nance Jr. I'm going to start this off by saying Jordan Clarkson is probably my favorite cash game play of the day on both sites. I'm like 90% sure he's going to be starting for Lonzo. So there's that. My favorite play of the day will probably be in almost every single lineup is Julius Randle. A lot of his shots don't come from assisted baskets, so his shots aren't coming from assisted baskets. So Lonzo being out isn't going to affect that very much. And I somewhat like Ryan Anderson because Melo's a pretty weak defender. We have that. If you guys have any questions, season long or DFS, I'll be more than happy to take some season long questions today as well. Starting off at the point guard position, I'm going to list these 1 through 6 or 7 the way I like them. So bear with me for a second here. We have John Wall is my favorite point guard. Kyrie, Nicolita, Jared Jack, Jeff Teague, TJ McConnell. Russ and Teague are probably guys that I'm looking at the most up for this national TV game. They're the 2 guys I'm looking at the most in GPPs is Russ and Teague. They're going to fit well together as far as that, as far as pricing goes. Shooting guard said that if he's playing, if he's not playing, that bumps up Sark. So keep that in mind. D Wade, Clay Thompson, Jordan Clarkson's my favorite play. Assuming he's starting. If he doesn't start, you can pivot to Josh Hart. FanDuel does have late swap today, so keep that in mind. It's at 10:30. Obviously, there's going to be some game time decisions that come out, so keep that in mind. There is late swap, so you probably are going to want to stay to Twitter today when it gets closer to game time for some of these games. Some value might open up where you might be able to reposition yourself throughout the course of the day. Roberson, KCP, Wiggins. I know I'm kind of giving you guys a lot of names, but it's a 5-game slate. It's Christmas Day. These games are very spaced out, so you got to keep everything open. For Bell, I'll take Gortat the rest of the season. Butler and Eric Gordon are 2 guys that I'm really interested in today for GPP standpoint. Moving over to small forward, I think my favorite small forward of the day would be Jaylen Brown. For a GPP standpoint, he's cheap enough on FanDuel to where you're going to get some high value in some other spots. That's who I like there. But obviously LeBron James really well, out of his mind almost. So you got to like Courtney Lee. Ingram he's in play if he plays. Robert Covington, obviously. Kevin Durant, he's priced so high, but man, Kevin Durant, like, he's going to get up for this game. That's obviously the marquee matchup of the day. That's going to be everyone's favorite game. A lot of good games today, but that's going to be the one that has the most eyes on it. We have Paul George. I like Paul George a lot in GPPs today. I have a weak matchup, in my opinion. We have Iggy. Iggy's been playing very well since this more as well, since Curry's gone down. Otto Porter, I already mentioned Jaylen Brown. It's kind of how I'm looking at it. I'm going to go back and list these for you guys as well, sort of 1 through 5. Power forward, top power forward of the day is Julius Randle. So he's my favorite GPP play. He's my favorite cash game play. I think he's going to have a great game. Jason Tatum. Draymond Green's a little bit of a contrarian play today. I'm staying away from Kyle Kuzma. His brothers are both in play. Sark is in play. I like Sark a lot more if Embiid's out. You can play Jay Crowder, but playing him, honestly, and Taj. Taj is playing 40 minutes a game still. So Taj is definitely in play 100%. Some other power, moving on to center. My favorite center of the day is probably going to be Embiid if he plays. If Embiid doesn't play, it's Cantor and then Adams, and then Gortat and then Horford. Favorite play on my favorite contrarian play is going to be Draymond. Julius Randle is my favorite play of the day overall. My favorite fade of the day is Kyle Kuzma. For cash, I'm completely okay with playing him. I have no issues with playing in cash. So let me go back here really quickly. Bear with me, and I'm gonna kind of narrow that down for you. Redundant, but you got to keep in mind everyone, like a lot of players are in play obviously today. A simple fact that it's a short slate. It's a very spaced out slate. Going completely crazy today is your bankroll. I mean, I am. All right. And I have gambling issues. So keep that in mind. Send out that retweet really quick. Frozen. Hey, if you are out there in chat and you can hear me and see me, give me like a thumbs up or a yeah, like I think I'm frozen. Know if anything that I'm saying is coming through. All right, well, I'm not sure if I'm frozen or not, so I'm just going to keep rolling. All right, cool. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you. So it's kind of like I said, my favorite point guards of the day: John Wall, Kyrie, Jeff Teague, and Frank Nicolita. I do have somewhat of an obsession with Nicolita. I will openly admit that. Loved watching his highlights going up to the draft. I think he is a player to be had going forward and season long. And he's someone that we should really keep an eye on. And the price is right today, and I like him a lot. If shooting guard, it's it's got to be Jordan Clarkson. I'm assuming he's getting the start. Reddick, Harden, Thompson, and D Wade. Shooting guards. Shooting guard is a little bit deeper. If Josh Hart's going to start, a little bit more over Clarkson, but I'll probably still lean more towards Clarkson. It depends on where I am at that point in time in tournaments before that game starts, if I find out Hart is getting the start. So look at Crawford, KCP. Wiggins is priced a little high, but you can look at him as well. And Roberson's always a cheap option. Small forward, it's Ingram, it's Brown, it's Durant. And then moving down a little bit further, you have Courtney Lee, Robert Covington, Brandon Ingram, and Jimmy Butler are some other guys that you can look at. It's a little choppy. All right, well, I'm going to run through this one more time. Hopefully it gets a little bit better. I'm going to work on that issue. I have some Cat 6 cable I have to run. So for the next stream. Forward, we have Sark is probably number 1 or number 2 if Embiid does sit. Simmons, Draymond, Randall, Melo. This is one where I'm going like 7 deep. I'm going to mix this up. And I actually even like a little bit of Jeff Green. But he's not someone I'm going to tout highly. It's more of a field play than it is anything else, to be honest. You have that. Center position is a little bit easier, obviously. You have Adams, Cantor, Love, and Gortat. Kind of like today. If Zaza sits, is Bell. It's power forward so deep today. I really don't think you can go wrong. You can play both the Morris brothers. Sure. I feel like Draymond's going to be a little under-owned though, so he's going to be a tournament contrarian play for me. I'm going to pull up these Vegas lines really quick. And I'm going to give you guys some Vegas bets that I like, because this will be relevant throughout the whole course of the day. Games are so spread out. So bear with me here. Pulling it up now. I'm going to give you guys each play I like from each game. I love Philly +2. That game as well. Golden State and Cleveland. I like Cleveland +5 and like over 221. Money line, if I'm betting the money line in that game. Boston and Washington. Washington's look like complete trash. I know that, but Boston is just on this downward spiral, I feel like. I like the under in that game, and I like the +4.5. I like Houston -3.5 and over 216. Or in the Minnesota Lakers game. That's the line. That's something I feel really strongly about. Over 214.5 and the Lakers +4.5. I look good even with Lonzo out. Clarkson can play, Clarkson's good enough. That's sort of how I'm feeling, guys, as far as your lines. We're, questions, throw them in chat. I'm going to sit here for like another minute or two. Questions, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here, go spend some time with the family, and enjoy Christmas. And I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So, chat. All right. Well, if there is no questions, get out of here. Thanks for joining me today on this 5-game slate on Christmas Day, taking some time out of your day to spend some time with me. But with that,